Hey everybody, it's your girl Tennessee Noah. Yeah, um, it was some technical difficulties yesterday. The reason why the video didn't play, I don't know why, but um, it's later on, so I'm making this video. Um, this video here is not a cooking video. No, it's I usually ramble and go back in the past and you know, um, tell you a little bit about my past. Well, today's video, I'm going to talk about this heat. Oh my God, this heat it's hot. The whole East Coast has been hot. First, we were plagued with a lot of rain, and now we're burning up. But the thing about Tennessee North is I love the heat. I'd rather be hot than cold. This right here, it's been a little hot. Yeah, but not to the point I couldn't bear it. But it's been hot. And my question today is, what happened to the hood stores? You know, the country stores, the the little stores in the neighborhood. Have we gotten so big that they don't exist anymore? The store where, I don't know, I'm going back in my past, and some of y'all can probably relate to this. When I was a kid and it was real hot, nobody wanted to turn the stove on. So every now and then my mom would say, go to the store, make out a little list. To the hood store, the neighborhood store. And the list would be, now it was 6 of us, 4 kids, 2 adults, my mother and father. And get $1 worth of bologna, $1 worth of liver cheese, and about 6 pieces of the cheddar cheese, the hook cheese. And get some saltine crackers. And get a pack of red Kool-Aid. Yeah, Kool-Aid didn't have a flavor, it had a color. Get a pack of red Kool-Aid or a pack of grape Kool-Aid. And her 16-ounce Coke. Yeah. Back then, $1 worth of bologna, you probably get about 10 slices. It was a good rag bologna. They don't make that no more. And South and liver cheese, or hog head cheese, or whatever you want to call it. But we used to call it South and liver cheese and saltine crackers. Now that wasn't a poor person meal. That was a summer heat meal. Yeah, when you don't want to turn the stove on, and you ate good. Yeah, and it'd be so hot that we didn't have the AC. No, they didn't have that back then. You had that big fan that you put in the window. You turn it around. You draw all the heat out during the day. And then at night, you turn it back. Oh, that thing blows like it was an air conditioner. Everybody come to the front room. We make pallets. We didn't have storm doors. We had screen doors. Where the little hook screws into the wood of the door. And then the little round circle hooks into the frame. Hook the door. Yeah, we all slept in the living room. Back door had a screen door too, but no storm doors. But nobody breaking in nobody's house because everybody was hot and everybody was sleeping in their living room. Everybody would come to the front room and sleep. Yeah. That's from my time. That's where I come from. The country stores. It was that little store where you can get some crackling or get that piece of meat. They go back and cut you off a piece so you can put in your greens. Yeah. You just get that hook cheese there and the saltine crackers be in a barrel. I already told you my age, so yeah. That's where I'm from. The other day, I wanted some liver cheese and salt because it was hot. And I said, God, I don't want to turn the stove on. I'm must have went to about 5 stores. Trying to get sauce, liver cheese, and some hook cheese or cheddar cheese, as they call it. And the one neighborhood store that's left in my town, nobody there to cut the meat. I was devastated. Absolutely devastated. You know, these stores are they're owned by foreigners now. The ones that do exist, they don't have a clue about that kind of meat. They have it in the store. This one particular one has it in the store. They don't cut it. They don't eat it. Yeah. That goes back in child. I'm talking early 70s when I was a kid. They said soda now. We said pop. You know. I'm going to start and get us a pop. I remember going to California in the 70s where my grandmother lived. I went to the store, little neighborhood corner store, the hood store. I asked for a pop. The man said, we don't sell that. And I'm looking at it and I said, wow, you got it behind you. He said, you talking about a soda? That's the difference. Yeah. I come from, it was a pop. You know, you sell the pop bottles after drink it. There was no plastic. Everything was in glass. Yeah. 2 for a penny cookies. That's the hood store I'm talking about. Can't find a neighborhood store like that. When I was coming up, there was always one near your neighborhood, in your neighborhood somewhere. You know, where you had an account and when you got paid, you went up there and paid it. You know, you go up there and say, give me such and such, give me a pound of sugar, let me get some washing powder and put it on my bill. Man, bring it out and he got it down and, you know, when you get paid, you go up and pay off your bill. Because you know you're going to need them again. Yeah. I come from a time where, tell your kids, go down there to Miss Sadie's house and tell her, send me a cup of sugar. Or go over to Miss so-and-so's house and tell her, send me a couple of slices of bread. Yeah. You know, go next door and see if they got a stick of butter I can borrow. Yeah. Or where the little salesman come in our town, it was the LB Price man. Come around, sell stuff out of his car. That's where you get your good spread at. Yeah, the little bee things on it. Yeah. The big wooden spoons that used to hang on the wall. Just about every household had one. Yeah, I come from the time where you had to flow model TV. Yeah. First black and white, then color finally came. That was your good furniture. And your hi-fi with the crushed velvet in the speaker. 8-track on it too. Don't get on the good furniture. Mm-mm. I come from a time where you go over to my aunt's house. You know those great aunts. Everything got plastic. The couch is plastic, got plastic covering over it. You know, they had it made to go over the couch. Yeah. Where it had a lot of throw rugs. Everybody had to throw rugs. Yeah. Couldn't wait to see Bandstand and Dick Clark and Soul Train, Don Cornelius. Oh, you couldn't wait. That's what all the up and coming stars was. Yeah. Everybody cleaned up on Saturdays. You hurry up, got your work done because you know that was coming on. They came on every Saturday. Yeah. I'm from the time where kids played outside. 1, 2, 3, red light. Race back and forth, up and down the road in the summertime. I'm from the time where you didn't have 12 pairs of shoes. Mm-mm. You had those Sunday shoes, and you had those school shoes, and whatever shoes you had that were school shoes, when summertime comes, they become your summer shoes. Then you got a new pair of shoes when school started. I'm from the time where expensive pair of shoes, $30. That was expensive. Yeah. I remember me and my sister being the first ones in our neighborhood to get Chuck Taylors. Yeah. That was a lot. I'm from a time when Buddies, $1.49. You can get them at your grocery store. Those were good shoes for some. Yeah. I'm from the time when kids played baseball in the summer. And we had to dress out when I was in, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. You had to dress out in PE. And those shorts that you wore during PE, that was part of your baseball outfit when summertime came. All we did was we had to have blue shorts, and in gym we had striped shirts. And so when we played ball in the summer, those gym shorts, that's what you wore. And everybody went to the, like Roses or this place called Penhurst or something. You got the jerseys, and you got the white long socks, with the 3 stripes on it. And whatever shoes you wore during school time, those were the shoes you wore to play ball. I'm from a time where we didn't have to pay to play summer sports. Now it's a couple $100. I had 2 boys that, my youngest son, he's 24 now. He played 5 years of baseball. My oldest son, he's 27. He played 5 years of baseball. And he went through Little League football on up until he graduated from high school. And I'm telling you, I paid a pretty penny. Plus my middle daughter, she played softball 2 years and a cheerleader 2 years. Yeah. My oldest daughter, she went off to camp. She went to a special camp. And I got all kind of trophies. She's got swim trophies, fishing trophies. My middle daughter has softball trophies, cheerleader trophies. My boys got all kind of baseball, football trophies. And my youngest daughter, who was scared, she didn't like people looking at her. I couldn't get her to do much of anything. But she did like pageants. So we got tiaras from her. Not a lot, because she cried through that too. Yeah. She would cry at school plays. And all the kids were up there, PTA meetings, and they would sing a song. The whole class would sing a song. My daughter cried through the whole thing. Yeah. Sous Chef is kind of like her, but Sous Chef plays sports and stuff. So her mom is living her dreams through her daughter. She said her daughter is doing everything she wanted to do, but she just didn't have the courage. She said, Mom, you should have made me. No, because I couldn't stand to see her cry. Yeah, I'm from a time where you could have kids over and have a party. I know my sister used to have parties, and she had the album. She had all the latest albums, and mom let her have a house party. Kids weren't trying to smoke drugs and drink alcohol back when I was coming up. It was a party. My mom made punch, and she would always make finger sandwiches and have chips. Yeah, that's the time I came up in. I came up in bell bottoms and maxi coats, super fly. The scary movie back then was The Exorcist. Oh my God, scary movie. Yeah, that's the time I came up in. And we had hood stores. In my neighborhood, there was three of them. My dad's from the country. My other grandmother lived out in the country. We would always stop at that little corner store. Get you some of that good smoked fat back and, for your greens. And there was always a man who sold watermelons side the road. They plug them, let you taste them. Watermelons was sweet and cold. Looked like right out the field. And there was always a barbecue pit right close by the country store. The little old man looked like he was 100 years old, probably wasn't no more than 50. And had some of the best barbecue. Yeah. I'm from the time where we would have rallies and go to church rallies. You go to 2 or 3 during the summer. And people who left from here would come back. It was a homecoming. Yeah. People have family reunions. And your family come back and y'all have big picnics. And my uncle, he killed a hog and they put it in a pit in the ground. And oh my goodness, my mom that made homemade ice cream and cakes and pies and yeah. They played baseball. Yeah, the old crew played baseball. Used to go out in the country and watch those old games and the old folks get out there and play. Draw crowds from everywhere. Everybody going out there to the baseball game. Yeah. There's always a little concession stand, a little wooden concession stand. Get that greasy popcorn. They pop in a pot. Some of the best hot dogs and hamburgers you ever want to eat. Yeah. They used to have baseball games in the neighborhood at night. And have the lights around. Cars park all the way around the field. You socialize. There was no fighting. Mm-mm. You go around and you talk and people couldn't wait for the next game because that was a get together. Kids lived a little bit longer back then. The old died, but the kids lived. I come from a time where the only drills we had at school was fire drills and maybe a tornado drill. I know active shooter. We didn't have polices at our schools. I come from a time where they had corporal punishment in the schools. You know, you get in trouble, you get a paddling. They didn't kill you, you didn't die. You had another when you got home. Was they gonna call your mom? I come from a time where teachers really taught. Now the kids are so bad, the teacher's just there to get a paycheck. They don't care whether they learn or not. Yeah. I come from a time where we would enjoy watching my mom and my little brother. Mom trying to help him with his homework, his math. And he get frustrated. That's not the way she wanted us to do it. My mom said, I don't care where you go. 1 plus 1 gonna be 2, and 2 plus 2 gonna be 4. All that extra stuff. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I come from. I come from a time where you drank out the hose pipe in the summer. You didn't run back and forth in that house letting flies in. Mm-mm. Because those flies would buzz in your ear at night. Oh my God. I come from a time where you could let the window up. You don't even sleep with the window up. Hear the crickets. It's like they were singing you a lullaby. Yeah. So my question is, what happened to the hood stores? The little country stores? Hmm. I guess there's a season for everything. I guess that died on out too, huh? Yeah. I just wanted to know what happened to the hood stores and the country stores. Summertime. My time. My kids said, Mom, the way you talk about you growing up sounds like a wonderful place. It was. As long as I got those memories, I can always smile. Remembering my kids when they were babies. I told my daughter, my youngest daughter, when I look at them, I don't see them as adults. I see them as those little kids that call me mommy. I still love to dress my girls all the same, all 3 of them. And the oldest one got what she didn't want them dressing like her. So I put the same color on, about the same color. Then my middle daughter didn't want my baby daughter dressing like her or combing their hair just alike. Then my 2 boys, Dress them alike too. I don't know about you. My kids, they called me mommy growing up. Now it's mama, mama. It's a beautiful sound. It's a beautiful sound. Now I'm listening to Nana. Nana, you saw my grandkids and you've heard them. My youngest grandson, he calls me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Every time I pass by, he hollers out. One day they, yeah, yeah. Gonna turn to a Nana. Yeah. I just wanted to know. Does anybody know where the hood stores are? The country stores? I don't know about you, but I sure do miss them. Yeah. I'm gonna end this video. I just thought I'd ramble a little bit because my other video wouldn't play. Yeah. You see, I'm about to get my hair redone. I love those curls. Was at a pop-up event. Storm came up. Oh my God. You talking about drench. We're trying to hold the tent down. You know, they had those weights on them. But them weights were nothing against that wind. We're trying to hold it. Oh my God, we were soaked. And that's where my curls went. They dropped. I got a little bend here and there. That water, oh my God. At one point, I thought it was going to be like the Wicked Witch of the North. Because my feet was coming up off the ground. And I'm a big girl. You know that wind was strong. It wasn't the tornado, but oh my God, it was strong winds. And we were about to have the tent down when it came up. And trying to hold that tent, oh my goodness. Yeah. Me and my sister, we do cakes and cobblers. She do the cakes and I do the cobblers. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to end this video here. I know you're probably tired of me rambling. But I know some of y'all can relate to what I'm talking about. Yeah. So if you like anything about my video, give me a thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. Leave me some comments. I love reading them. And I just remembered, along with that red Kool-Aid, it have some ice. And one of my YouTube subscribers sent me one of those metal ice trays. That don't take you back. You know, your refrigerator, you had about 2 or 3 of them. Ice get cold quick. Yeah. Crank it back. We would crank ours back, get the ice out, dump it in a bowl, fill it back up, put it back in the refrigerator. Then you set the bowl in the freezer. That's how you kept ice. Yeah. And you want to make somebody mad? Don't fill that ice tray up. And if you don't put all the water that's supposed to be in it, yeah, you're going to have somebody going to be mad. Yeah. Make sure you fill that ice tray up. See y'all in the next video.